Hey Capricorn, welcome to Wild Pearl Tarot. This video is part of a series I'm making for you, and these are timeless messages. The point of this is just as a thank you. You guys have been so supportive with your likes and your comments, engaging with me and subscribing. I so appreciate you, and this is the least I can do. Got to pay it forward, right? It's that circle of life. So we're going to be getting a timeless message, whatever Capricorn needs to hear. Please hit that like button if you can, and help out the channel. I appreciate it. And if you'd like for me to pray for you and send you my good juju, just say hi in the comment section. Something that represents your energy. It can be an emoji if you want, but it gives me something I can focus on. All right. It builds a bridge, so to speak. What messages does Capricorn need to know? We're only taking the cards that fly out and volunteer their energy, and if they fly in reverse, that's how we read them. All right. Wow, wow, wow. Ah, the Ten of Cups. Beautiful. Oh, wow. We've got a new journey, setting foot on a new path. We've got the Eight of Swords. That'll be an interesting one to unpack. You're very in tune with your intuition is coming through here. You always want that in a new journey. The Judgment card, very interesting. You got this and you got this in another reading. I'll put a link at the very end of this video. I'll put a link to your other readings so you don't have to worry about searching for them. So you guys, just reading it right off the bat, we need to actually unpack this, but reading it right off the bat, you're very in tune with your intuition. You're on a very new path somehow. Now this could be literal. Some of you guys might be literally traveling, but for a lot of you, it's going to be figurative. Like there's something that you are starting, a new chapter in life where you may have some very different experiences. That's the Fool, right? And it's important to remember that while you're looking at all the big stuff, trying to keep the big picture straight, there's also little details. So that's just the side heads up warning, not a dark warning, but it's a heads up. This little dog is symbolizing that by yapping at his master not to fly off the cliff, right? And that's like very understandable when so much is new. The little details can get away from you. So you might have some overthinking because of this change, adapting to something new here. You might have a little anxiety or lose some sleep at night. We'll unpack that a little bit. We do have the Lovers card and the Judgment. I'm just going to jump right into that. Wheel of Fortune, things are changing. This is a karmic change. So this means you're exactly where you're supposed to be in life. It's a great card to get as confirmation. And sometimes when we're starting off something new or we don't recognize the terrain, so to speak, around us, we just need confirmation. Like, did I make the right choices? Am I headed in the right direction? And this is in connection with a partnership. What is this Lovers card? Whoa. Okay. What about this partnership? There's a choice. Lovers card used to be called the choice because there's a choice at hand, and this is compounded by the Two of Swords. There was a difficult choice. Judgment card, big life change, big life change. This is a resurrection card, King of Cups. Who is this King of Cups? Who's this King of Cups? Oh my gosh, getting a wish come true, a prayer come true. This is beautiful. This is hope and grace. Who's this King of Wands again? This is a King of Wands upside down. I want to make a mention that they've taught you something about self-value, I think. King of Wands, when it's upside down, can be really lame, compulsive, impulsive, aggressive, bossy, domineering. You got to make a choice. And so the moment you do, your luck changes. Somebody else comes through. Two cards fly out. Yep. This person's coming towards you, and I think they find you very attractive. I think they are very attractive. Now, if this is not a romantic reading, it's still kind of the same situation where they look like a good situation. They look like a good idea, and so do you. But something's got to move on out, so you're getting the Death card to make space for this. What is that? Eight of Swords. You're going towards the Ten of Cups, being very, very happy. Sorry for the loud diesel engine in the background. This is the land of diesel engines. Eight of Swords for my Cappy. So, you're going to be considering what ways you can get out of a stuck space. It's important with the Eight of Swords to know that you can step out between all these doors any time. You can untie the blindfold and untie the ropes. And that is part of the meaning of this card. And it's specific to thought patterns. Beware of your thought patterns. What kind of thought patterns have you been having? What kind of thinks have you been having? I think you are going to be observing that with the Hermit card. And it's interesting because throughout your readings, this is the third one I've done for you. These messages, albeit timeless, there is a very strong thread through them. And they're leading you to this ultimate happiness. Very interesting. Tell me more about this Hermit. Going inward to get some insight on how to kind of get release. There's this wild twist that's fantastic energy. Page of Cups is playful and delightful. I think that this King of Cups is an answer to your prayers. I think this person is coming forward to introduce to you a lightheartedness and a playfulness that you badly needed. And it's resulting again at the 10 of Cups. So let's get some insight on that with a new deck so that we have all the cards at our beck and call. I'm going to shuffle it right here so I don't mess up our spread here. 10 of Cups, what do we need to know about that for Cappies? This happy place that they're arriving at. Making space for goodness to come in. A new journey. The Sun card is the happiest card in the deck. Oh my gosh. You guys. This is beautiful. You know what kind of popped in my head right now is letting yourself be loved the way you want to be loved. Let yourself be loved. Let yourself be taken care of. It's time. What else? Four of Swords, that contemplative space. You got this earlier too. You can kind of thank this contemplative quiet space that you've gone into. I think that's the same thing as the Hermit. And it's all around like, how do I get myself unstuck? I feel constricted. And that could be in a pattern, a thought pattern. That could also be in a pattern, like in relationship pattern. The moment you go inward and you observe those thoughts, when you have control, true control of your life is really just all about observing your patterns. Then you can break them, right? And we've got this wild, beautiful twist. This is infatuation. This is flirting. This is happiness. And this is why we're getting the Fool. It's very different. And because it's very different terrain, it's exciting, but it's also a little stressful, or it makes you think extra. It making you maybe analyze and, it's kind of making the hamster and the wheel go round and round. But you can fall back on intuition, and that's what you have to fall back on as your guide, because he doesn't have a map. This is brand new terrain, and this is the map. High Priestess energy. Anything we need to know about your intuition? You've fought it before, and how did it turn out, right? The Five of Wands. It could be that your intuition is really telling you something that's incredibly inconvenient for some of people around you, or a person in particular, like that King of Wands upside down. Your intuition might not be convenient for them, but it's telling you there needs to be balance, there needs to be transformation, something's ready to change. This is alchemy, this is chrysalis, this is that moment where the caterpillar goes into the cocoon and changes into a butterfly. And things look a little crazy on the way there, right? And I love to bring this up in tarot. And some of you guys know about this, when that caterpillar is in the cocoon, they are breaking down to a complete goo. To the naked eye, that's what it would look like. It looks impossible that it would come together in a form. And it does. It comes back together into something beautiful. So mind that, right? Like, be aware of, during transformation, that's the deal we make, is we have to break down to kind of a goo. We've got to break down to something a little chaotic and lacking form. And this is what it's all coming out in clarity to the High Priestess energy. That's your intuition. So basically, during this transformation, you can always fall back on your intuition, your gut feeling, to lead the way. And that's you walking in the spiritual world, because we have a different eye, right? We've got different sight. It's here. And give yourself permission to break down into goo, for things to look undefined and kind of chaotic, because they're coming back together and having faith that they're coming back together in something really freaking delightful. All right, you guys, I'm actually going to do an extended. So if I leave you here right now, thank you so much for joining me. And I hope that was helpful and empowering. And if you'd like to join me at the extended, the link will be below in the description box. It's about the price of a cup of coffee. And I will talk to you very soon. Take good care.